This sign means A. Stop. B. Side road. C. Two-way left turn. D. Farm machinery. A. Stop. 8-sided traffic signs warn drivers that they must stop and yield the appropriate right-of-way at an intersection. Drivers may proceed when it is safe to do so. Which is the most common cause of traffic crashes? A. New drivers. B. Human error. C. Bad weather. D. Bad roads. B. Human error. Crashes often occur when one driver does not see another vehicle or when a driver does something unexpected. Communicate with other drivers on the road to help prevent traffic crashes. When you are backing up, it is usually best to A. Steer with one hand while looking into the rearview mirror. B. Open the driver's side door and look back. C. Steer with both hands while looking into the side view mirror. D. Steer with one hand while looking over your shoulder through the rear window. D. Steer with one hand while looking over your shoulder through the rear window. Turn your head to look behind you before and while backing up. Steer with one hand when backing up or when operating vehicle controls. You should keep both hands on the wheel at any other time. Which statement about making a right turn is true? A. You should swing wide to the left when making a right turn so you won't run over the curb. B. You may make a right turn at a red traffic light, unless a sign prohibits the turn. C. When making a right turn onto a 4-lane roadway, finish the turn in the far left lane. B. You may make a right turn at a red traffic light, unless a sign prohibits the turn. After yielding to traffic and pedestrians, you may turn right when stopped at a steady red traffic signal, unless posted signs prohibit it. When making a right turn, you should stay close to the right edge of the roadway and turn into the lane nearest to your previous lane.
Want to ace your DMV test? Go to cheatsheets.com and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
It is unlawful to A. Pass another vehicle in any marked no passing zone. B. Pass another vehicle over a railroad crossing. C. Both of the above. 2 solid yellow lines on the pavement mean A. Passing is allowed for drivers from both directions. B. Passing is not allowed. C. Passing is allowed if you are at the top a hill. D. Passing is allowed during daylight only. B. Passing is not allowed. Yellow lines tell you that the traffic on the other side of the lines is moving in the opposite direction. You should never cross 2 solid yellow lines to pass from either direction. It is important to slow down. A. On narrow or winding roads. B. At intersections or railroad crossings. C. When the road is wet or slippery. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. You should always slow down when driving on narrow or winding roads, near intersections, near railroad crossings, on hills, in sharp or blind curves, where there are pedestrians or driving hazards, and when the roads are wet or slippery. When the driver behind you wants to pass, you should A. Speed up. B. Go the same speed. C. Slow down to allow room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete the pass easily. D. Change lanes. C. Slow down to allow room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete the pass easily. When the driver behind you wants to pass, you should slow down so that there is enough room in front of your vehicle for the other driver to complete their pass. This will allow them to complete the passing maneuver in less time and more easily. Crossbuck signs indicate A. Railroad crossings, B. School zones, C. No passing zones, D. Hospitals. A. Railroad crossings. Crossbuck signs tell drivers to yield to trains at a railroad crossing. Drivers should not try to outdrive a train. This sign means A. Slippery when wet, B. Watch for drunk drivers, C. Dangerous curve ahead, D. Bump in the road ahead. A. Slippery when wet. Warning signs are usually diamond-shaped with black markings on a yellow background. They alert drivers to upcoming hazards. This sign warns drivers to be extra careful when the pavement is wet because the road may become slippery, making vehicles more difficult to control. When changing lanes, you can check your blind spot by A. Using the inside rearview mirror, B. Turning your head and looking over your shoulder, C. Using your side mirror, B. Turning your head and looking over your shoulder. Even if your vehicle is properly equipped with mirrors, there are blind spots that cannot be seen by using the mirrors. Before changing lanes, look over your shoulder to check these areas. When you are parallel parking, it is usually best to A. Give a right signal on the approach, drive past the space and stop, then back into the space. B. Park your vehicle within 18 inches of the curb or edge of the road. C. Center your vehicle inside the space to give surrounding cars room to maneuver. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. When parallel parking, turn on your right signal and stop, pulling even with the car in front of where you want to park, then back into the space. Park within 18 inches of the curb or edge of the road. Be sure to center your car in the space to allow surrounding vehicles room to maneuver. Nighttime is the safest time for cyclists to ride their bikes. A. True. B. False. B. False. A bicycle is difficult to see in the dark, even when the cyclist is wearing a proper headlight and reflector. Both motorists and bicyclists should be especially alert when driving at night in order to prevent dangerous collisions. Large vehicles have blind spots that can extend up to 200 feet directly behind the vehicle. A. True. B. False. A. True. Large vehicles have blind spots that can extend up to 200 feet directly behind the vehicle. Do not tailgate a large vehicle as they will have no way of knowing that you are there. Which of the following statements is true? A. Driving too slowly is not an unsafe practice. B. Driving too slowly on certain highways can be dangerous. C. The speed at which you drive a vehicle does not affect safety. B. Driving too slowly on certain highways can be dangerous. Driving too slowly can be dangerous because it may cause drivers behind you to become frustrated and make dangerous moves to pass you. It is safest to drive with the flow of traffic, within the legal speed limit. This sign means A. Continue at your current speed. B. You must stop ahead. C. Speeding is not allowed. D. There is a traffic signal ahead. D. There is a traffic signal ahead. This sign indicates that there is a traffic signal ahead. When approaching a traffic signal displaying a steady green arrow, drivers A. Should merge into a lane in the direction of the arrow. B. Should slow to a stop, if it is safe to do so. C. May turn in the direction of the arrow after yielding to traffic and pedestrians already in the intersection. D. May drive straight through the intersection. C. May turn in the direction of the arrow after yielding to traffic and pedestrians already in the intersection. A green arrow displayed on a traffic signal tells drivers that they may turn in the direction of the arrow. You must be in the proper lane for such a turn. Yield the right-of-way to vehicles and pedestrians already in the intersection. Which of the following about winter driving is not true? A. Winter is the most difficult driving season. B. Checking your vehicle's antifreeze and windshield washer fluid levels is especially important during the winter. C. Using cruise control in winter weather is a safe thing to do. D. It is best to use snow tires on your vehicle. C. Using cruise control in winter weather is a safe thing to do. You should not use cruise control on snow, in rain, in fog, or under similar hazardous conditions. Winter is the most difficult driving season and requires extra caution from drivers. It is important to consistently check your antifreeze and windshield washer fluid levels. Using snow tires can increase a vehicle's traction on the surface of slippery roads. If you park facing uphill on a street with a curb, set the parking brake and A. Turn the wheels toward the curb. B. Turn the wheels away from the curb. C. Leave the wheels pointing straight. B. Turn the wheels away from the curb. When parking facing uphill on a street with a curb, you should turn the front wheels away from the curb and toward the center of the street. The back of the front tire should rest against the curb. Where is it illegal to pass another vehicle? A. On a hill or curve. B. At a street crossing or highway intersection. C. At any railroad crossing. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. It is illegal to cross the center line to pass when driving on hills, in curves, and in other locations where you cannot see ahead far enough to pass safely. You may not pass at street crossings, at railroad crossings, where signs indicate no passing zones, or where a solid yellow line is next to your lane. You may not pass when the vehicle in front of you has stopped for a pedestrian or when driving in work zones where passing would be hazardous. This sign means A. Left turn yield on green. B. One way. C. Cattle crossing. D. Two-way left turn. If a crossing guard is directing traffic in a school zone, you must A. Follow the directions given by the crossing guard. B. Copy what surrounding traffic is doing, despite the crossing guard's instructions. C. Assume the guard is not supposed to be directing traffic. D. Follow rules that would be in place if no children were present. A. Follow the directions given by the crossing guard. Be prepared to reduce your speed and use caution when directed to do so by a sign, crossing guard, or law enforcement officer. Always drive with extra caution in a school zone. When passing another vehicle on a road with two lanes traveling in opposite directions, you should A. Return to the driving lane when there's enough room between you and the vehicle you passed. B. Remain in the left lane if you intend to turn left. C. Return to the right side of the roadway immediately. D. Drive in either lane. A. Return to the driving lane when there's enough room between you and the vehicle you passed. When passing another vehicle on a two-lane roadway, you must return to the right side of the roadway when there is enough room between you and the vehicle you have passed. If you are driving and a tire suddenly goes flat, you should A. Rapidly pump the brake pedal several times. B. Slow down gradually and not brake. C. Press down on the brake pedal as hard as you can. B. Slow down gradually and not brake. If a tire blows out or suddenly goes flat while you are driving, grip the steering wheel firmly and keep the vehicle aiming straight. Take your foot off the accelerator and do not brake. Allow the vehicle to slow by itself and use the brakes gently, but only if necessary. Pull off the road when it is safe to do so. You must yield to children playing in the streets. A. True. B. False. A. True. You are responsible for driving with extreme caution where children are present. Slow down near schools and playgrounds and in residential areas. You are driving on a busy street and your vehicle's accelerator sticks open. You should A. Blow your horn. B. Slam on your brakes. C. Turn on your four-way flashers. D. Turn off your ignition, taking care not to engage the steering wheel locking mechanism. Before turning left, it is important to A. Sound your horn. B. Yield to oncoming vehicles. C. Swing to the right side of your lane. D. Wait until oncoming traffic has a red light. B. Yield to oncoming vehicles. When turning left at a traffic signal, you must yield the right of way to pedestrians and oncoming traffic. The driver ahead of you stops at a crosswalk. What should you do? A. Cautiously pass the vehicle at 10 miles per hour or slower. B. Stop, proceeding only when all the pedestrians have crossed. C. Change lanes, look carefully, and pass the stopped vehicle. B. Stop, proceeding only when all the pedestrians have crossed. You must not pass a vehicle that is stopped at a crosswalk. There may be pedestrians crossing the street that you cannot see. Instead, stop, proceeding only after all pedestrians have crossed. If you have a sudden tire blowout? A. Use the brakes lightly. B. Pump the brakes. C. Apply the brakes firmly. A. Use the brakes lightly. If a tire suddenly goes flat while you are driving, hold the steering wheel tightly and keep the vehicle moving straight. Slow down gradually by taking your foot off the gas pedal and using the brakes lightly. A broken yellow line beside a solid yellow line indicates that A. Passing is permitted from the lane next to the solid yellow line. B. Passing is not permitted from either direction. C. Passing is permitted from the lane next to the broken yellow line. C. Passing is permitted from the lane next to the broken yellow line. A broken yellow line alongside a solid yellow line means that traffic in the lane next to the broken line may cross the line to pass, while traffic in the lane next to the solid line may not.